Good morning, and welcome to the Rotary Club of Hudson. I'm Ron Strobel, the Sergeant at Arms. Our invocation this morning is by Marilyn Orr.
I'm going to preface this by saying that in 1951, on this day, Mickey Mantle showed up as a brand new rookie. And so I'm reciting today the baseball player's prayer. God, allow me to play my best, but with integrity. Allow competition to make me stronger, but never bitter, jealous, or inconsiderate of others or this game. Always encourage me to see my opponents as people and keep my heart filled with compassion and sportsmanship. If I shall see the blessings of victory, allow me to be proud, but keep me from reckless boasting. If victory is denied, keep me from feeling defeated, yet allow me to be genuinely proud for a worthy competitor, as I say, good game. At the end of each day, help me to find the life lessons that you want me to learn so that I may grow as an athlete and as a person. Because if through the baseball field I set an example, allow it to be one that I can be proud of. Amen.
Thank you, Marilyn. And lead us in the pledge and four-way test, David Basil.
Good morning, fellow Rotarians. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance. And the four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. First, the truth. Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will build goodwill and better friendships. And fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you, David. And now our past president, Father Joe Boisel.
Good morning, everyone. I have totally forgotten how to do this gig, so we're just going to make it up as we go along, all right? A few announcements that we have. Foundation Board of Directors meeting is today, right? So everyone is encouraged to attend that. There is a gala committee meeting, where's Marilyn? It was on Friday at noon at the Hudson Community Foundation boardroom. Where is that? I should know, but I don't. 40 East Main Street. Where is that? Oh, it's the Baldwin House. Okay, I know where that is. Next to Morgan Foundation, okay. Donations this month are made to Safer Futures, which is intimate partner violence shelter in Portage County. And they provide services through safe, confidential, supportive location. So apparently housing and counseling for those who are victims of domestic violence and their children. What is it we're looking cleaning supplies, spray bottle, Lysol, white vinegar, paper towels, toilet cleaner, and the like. So if you'd like to give to that, that is our project for this month. Anything else that I need to announce for the good of our order? No? All right. Wishing Terry a fun time in Florida whilst we are here. I was telling Ed earlier that until I moved to Hudson, winter was always a noun. Here is a verb. You know, people are wintering in Florida. Well, now she's springing in Florida. So yeah, Jim's going to come and introduce our guest.
Thank you, Father Joe. Good morning, Rotarians. Welcome to the second week of Summer Fun as our theme here in our beautiful Hudson Meadows. Anyways, this morning we are privileged to have Jim Krause from the Kent State University, and we were just talking a little bit before here, and it's amazing how much there is right very close to us for the opportunities that Kent State provides in the summer and all year round. But right now, he's going to focus on everything. Anyways, Jim is a graduate of Cincinnati, University of Cincinnati and Miami University in Oxford. And what was that major again you had? Architecture. He lives in Broadview Heights with his wife of 17 and a 17-year-old daughter and a 15-year-old son, 2 dogs and 4 cats. He worked in a community. He has worked in the community and university recreation industry for 28 years. He doesn't look that old. He has served as Parks and Recreation Director in the city of Aurora for 12 years. He's been of Kent State for over 5 years, and currently is the Senior Assistant Director, Guest Services and Marketing with the Recreation and Wellness Services. And please, without further ado, join me in a rousing applause for welcoming Jim Krause.
One doesn't work. All right, good. Well, good morning. How is everyone this morning? Beautiful day out in Northeast Ohio, as somebody mentioned, right? Where we can have 4 seasons in one day, right? So it is my privilege and honor, and I appreciate you inviting me here to talk today a little bit about some of the things we offer. As Jim mentioned, we offer a lot throughout the year. So we'll talk a little bit about the stuff we do for the summer, but also a little bit about everything we have and some opportunities that you may have that, may come up throughout the year. But as Jim mentioned, I work as a Senior Assistant Director for Guest Services and Marketing at Kent State University in the Department of Recreation and Wellness Services. I've been there for about 5 years, but as I said, I worked in the industry doing lots of different things between community and university for 28 years. But from Northeast Ohio, big Cleveland sports fan, so a lot of probably things we have in common. So we can go on to the next one. Yep. So as our mission of our department obviously is to provide equitable co-curricular experiences through a culture of learning, growth, and well-being in a supportive and welcoming environment. So again, we're trying to provide as much holistic across the board recreation and wellness. So it's, a lot of times when people think of recreation, it's physical, right? Which is part of it, but there's also a lot of other stuff that we provide. We do have an app you can download. The app primarily is obviously if you want to come into the center and you want to register for programs and things like that and get announcements. So there's an app there that you can look at. It's great for ID entry into the building. It's also great for notifications and things like that. So next slide. So the facilities we're responsible for. So when people kind of say, well, what is recreation wellness services? And we say, well, we're kind of we're the rec center on campus. That's the easiest answer, right? But we're responsible for some of the recreation facilities we have. The main facility that we operate is the Beverly J. Warren Student Recreation and Wellness Center. So Beverly J. Warren was our previous president, prior to our current president, President Dyken. The center was named after her, but the center is actually just turned 25 years old, which I'll talk a little bit about. But that's our main facility. We also have an ice arena on campus, which is open to the public. So you can go skating. We have club hockey teams and stuff like that. But we also have a disc golf course. So one of the things you might be looking at doing this summer is playing disc golf. Has anybody played disc golf or familiar with it? Yep. So it's basically sort of like Frisbee golf, if you think about it. So it's basically there's a metal hanging basket and you throw a Frisbee just like you would play similar to golf. So you have a tee box and you throw a disc. Where it lands, you throw it from there and you keep throwing it until you get to where then your last throw, it hits the chains, lands in the basket. And that's kind of equivalent to in regular ball golf is the ball going in the cup, right? But it's nice because you walk around. The hole number 1 starts right outside the recreation center and it kind of works its way around kind of the little area to the south side through the trees and everything. It's not a bad little way to spend a couple hours outside. So, and fairly inexpensive. We do have discs for rent and for sale inside the center. It's interesting. When I first started in Miami a few years ago, we actually had the World Disc Golf Championships at that time. And I was like, there's World Disc Golf Championships. And so that kind of opened my eye to it and the different game of that. But it's a very fun game. I know there's few courses here. When I was in Aurora, I was fortunate enough to actually work with a person and design a disc golf course that's at Sunny Lake Park. So that's an opportunity there, not to plug Aurora at all, but We also have our Allerton Sports Complex, which is our baseball, softball fields. The city of Kent offers adult softball leagues, community leagues that they use our fields for. So that's an opportunity. We have some recreation fields that are on campus. Next to the recreation fields is a tennis court, which we recently got resurfaced and added pickleball, right? So pickleball is obviously one of the fastest growing sports going on right now. So we have some outdoor pickleball courts. So right now they're drop-in. The nets are there, but that's an opportunity as well. And then on campus for students, we have another small workout space called Tri-Rec, which is for students who live on campus. It's similar to what you would find in a hotel, but a little bit bigger. So they have an opportunity there. So next slide. So in the main recreation center, has anybody been in the main recreation center? Okay, great. So similar to what you would find in most community recreation centers, we have a natatorium with a lap pool, leisure pool, hot tub, spa, that kind of thing. We have basketball courts. We have 4 basketball courts, which can also be volleyball, badminton, that kind of stuff. We have obviously a lot of different weight equipment areas on all different levels. There's 3 floors within the building. So we have cardio workout equipment, we have free weight workout equipment, we have selectorized machine weight equipment. And so lots of different opportunities there for that. We have a multi-purpose exercise track on the upper floor, 4 lanes, walking, jogging, that kind of stuff. It's not meant for traditional like high school or college track athletes. It's more like I need a quick little jog or quick little walk, but good opportunity there. We have heat saunas or dry saunas in each of our locker rooms. So that's another opportunity as well. Well, if anybody's interested in learning how to climb or interested in climbing. We have some rooms for rent. So if you're ever looking at having a meeting or a group, whether it's this group or if it's a business that you work at or another group, we have seminar rooms that you can have as well. And there is a virtual tour online. So if you ever wanted to kind of look at it, if you go to our main website, the university a couple years ago hired a company to come in and kind of do a little virtual tour. And so you can kind of click your way, kind of just walking through the building. As I did mention, we did turn 25 years old last week, actually. So April 9th. So we are now celebrating our 25th anniversary. We have launched what we call a 25 for 25 fundraising campaign. It's part of our university overall fundraising through the Division of Philanthropy and Alumni Engagement. But it's an opportunity for us to try to help raise some more funds for us to create different programs and services as well as some facility renovations. So there's some information there. The Recreation Center is open to the community. So obviously our primary focus is for students, and then our secondary focus is for our faculty staff, but then also we have the great responsibility and opportunity to be open to the community. And so anybody from anywhere can have a membership. So we have community memberships for individuals, companions, or family. We have options for pay, like if you wanted to pay for 1 month, if you want to pay for the year, if you wanted to pay monthly, which is pretty common. We also have auto debit memberships, things like that. Each membership includes a parking permit and includes group fitness membership. So if you're interested in group fitness classes, but we also offer, and I didn't put this on the slide, but we also offer insurance subsidized membership. So if people have heard of Silver Sneakers, or maybe if you have United Healthcare has a program called Renew Active. But then there's also a program that United Healthcare has called Optum One Commercial, which is for people under the age of 60. And then we have Active and Fit and Silver and Fit. So those are our 3 main insurance subsidized memberships. So depending on your medical insurance, and we tell people a lot of times when you're doing open enrollment, and people are like considering different insurance packages and everything, find out if there's a fitness incentive program or fitness rewards program. All of those pay for your membership into the building. So you get a membership into the building for free, but you would still be responsible for parking. You can buy a parking permit, $6 a month or $66 for a year. So it's not a bad opportunity, but it's a great way to come in and just utilize a lot of the different facilities we have, whether it's for exercise, whether it's just for social interaction, helping yourself feel a little bit better. All memberships get 2 free guest passes per semester. We also do equipment checkout. So if you needed a lock or a towel, or you wanted to grab a basketball, you could do that as well. We have free day use lockers. So there's lockers available for you during the day, but there's also some rental lockers available depending on availability. And then our facility hours, obviously we go with the university schedule during academic semesters, which are typically kind of mid-August through middle of May. We're open a pretty good amount of the time. I don't necessarily run through all the hours. And then we go a little bit reduced hours in the summer. So, but we're open. We probably close for maybe a total of 2 weeks out of the entire year between the few holidays and our one shutdown. So next. So this is probably our big area that will cover our summer opportunities, right? So this is our adventure center. So the next few slides we're going to talk about are all most of the different program areas that we offer. And obviously some of them I'm going to talk, this one I'll talk a little more about. But through our adventure center, we offer a lot of different outdoor trips. So opportunities for you, most of our outdoor trips revolve around kayaking or canoeing. So we have kayaking and canoeing trips where they start right at in the river, Cuyahoga River, downtown Kent, and typically go to like Brush Park and Monroe Falls, things like that. It's a quick little thing. It's about $30 a person. We have trips coming up here in the spring, and then what we call summer, which will then start kind of in May. It's $30 a person. It's about, kind of about 2 hours. There's two time slots on Saturday and one time slot on Sunday. You can register online, you can call, you can stop in. So those are our planned kayaking trips or canoeing trips that we do. But you can also do custom trips. And so you can reach out to Chris Lucas, who is our assistant director over the Outdoor Adventure Center area, and do a custom trip. So maybe you wanted to do, and it's what could be backpacking, climbing, hiking. They'll do a lot of trips, or we do a lot of trips throughout the year that will go, whether it's to the Cuyahoga Valley National Park, but then they'll also go through different parks within Ohio and even just outside of Ohio for different things. So all of those are open to the community. You don't have to be a student to go. And so we don't do typically a lot of trips in the summer though, other than our kayaking trips. But if you are interested in those kind of opportunities, we do have those throughout the year. So we do have instructional clinics and instructional clinics will have like learning how to climb on the wall. We have archery clinics and some other belay and namaste, which is climbing and yoga that you can do kind of together. Not at the same time, but you do like a half an hour of yoga and then a half an hour of climbing. Although some people think when you're climbing, you're in some pretty unique yoga poses when you're climbing, but we also offer, so the climbing wall itself, so you can come climb at the wall at different times, usually in the evenings and on weekends. There's opportunities to climb for free on Fridays. You can also take the instructional clinic and then climb pay a membership for the semester for $15 if you wanted to do that. But we also offer schools out adventures. So if you have or know of somebody who has little kids that are in the school district that may have a day off from school, and we typically say elementary school age, maybe they're off for a teacher in-service day or something, and parents are looking for something to do. That's a new program we just started this year. We have team building programs. And so we have a low ropes course that's down at our Allerton Sports Complex, and we have some high ropes elements that are inside our recreation center. So if you're looking for team building initiatives where you're working with communication or trust or other different, team dynamic kind of things, there's different activities and things that we can offer through that as well. So again, whether it's for this group or whether it's for a group that you might be involved with or no, that's another opportunity as well. The Outdoor Rental Center is another opportunity. So let's say you needed a tent or kayaks or a little cooking stove or something for the weekend. So we have an outdoor rental center, which rents a lot of that equipment as well. So it's something where, again, if you're looking at doing some of those things for the weekend or a day or something and you need it, you can reach out to us and contact us. There's a whole list on our website of all the different things you can rent and what you might look for. Custom programs I mentioned. And then we also started a wilderness wardrobe this past year. And this is an intent, as you can imagine, at university, we deal with a lot of diverse population of our students, some people who have never experienced winter and so may not have clothes or something that may be appropriate for that type. And so it's basically kind of a donation program, but also sort of a checkout program. So we accept donations for that, but then we also allow students and everything to check out or even purchase at a reduced rate winter clothes and paraphernalia. So next. Our aquatics area, so obviously with the pool, we offer a lot of programs and everything there. Summer is a little more limited as far as instructional programs, but it is, again, it's something if you're looking to come in, Our lap pool has 3 lanes shallow, 3 lanes that are deep, so you can come in and do water exercise. You can swim. We have a leisure pool that I mentioned, 4.5 feet deep or so you can play water basketball or relax or just sit in a hot tub. But we offer learn to swim lessons. We have lifeguarding classes. We do CPR, first aid, and AED certification. So if that's something you're looking to learn as well. And then we have a couple of swim clubs. We have obviously a college student swim club, and then we have a youth swim team that swims. But we also offer birthday parties in our natatorium. So you can rent the room. There's a small wet classroom that's there. So you can have the room for about an hour, and then the kids or whoever can run and splash and play and stuff in the leisure pool itself. So next. Club sports is a big thing we offer. We have over 25 different club sports on campus. And is anybody familiar with what club sports may be or are, right? So club sports are kind of in between what I'll say intramurals, which we'll talk a little bit about, but below intercollegiate athletics. So it's not the university's football team or basketball team, is just below that. They'll still travel. They'll still try out. They still compete. Our volleyball teams actually are recently, I want to say it's either this week or next week, are going to Kansas City for USA Volleyball National Club Championships to play there. But we have lots of different ones that kids can participate in. So anywhere as your traditional ones like soccer and softball, things like that. So those are opportunities. If you're a fan of those, there's ways to donate to those programs. Obviously, there's also opportunities to go out and watch. Not as much in the summer, because obviously, as you can imagine, the university gets pretty quiet in the summer when most of the students are out. But next. Fitness and wellness is another area we offer, where within the center itself, we have a lot of different programs. Most people will think of group fitness classes. So yoga and spinning and cardio, kickboxing, things like that we offer. Again, that pass currently is included with a membership if you purchase a membership. We do have for the Silver Sneakers Renew Active, for the insurance subsidized memberships, there are what's called Silver Sneakers exercise classes. There's typically 1 per day throughout the week. But then you can also pay for a pass if you wanted to take some of the regular classes. There's instructional programs. We've done men's self-defense, women's self-defense, Muay Thai, and adult ballet, things like that. Those are cost a little bit more. We have personal training, as you can imagine. So if you're looking to get on a program or have somebody help you learn different ways to work out and things that might help, we have different package options there as well. Fitness consultations, certifications in different workshops, a lot of different yoga workshops that we have throughout. We have like candle making yoga workshops, and we've done paws for puppies. So we've had like puppy yoga and things like that as well come in. So lots of different things that you can imagine to try to help you do different things. We can do programs in the fitness area. So if you have a group of people who want to come in as a group and do a fitness class for a little while, you can do that as well and contact us. We offer free user orientations for the center. So if you want to start working out and you're not quite familiar with what equipment and which equipment does what and how you use it, that kind of stuff, we can do some basic orientations for it. We don't prescribe a workout because that's where you would kick into where personal training is. And then we have what's called a relax space. It's kind of it's a recliner. You sit in a dark room with a screen, and the screen has like a sea turtle or a river or things. But basically, you kind of sit there for 15 minutes and really just kind of relax and unplug and, decompress a little bit. There's some heat. There's different scents and aromas that can be played or can be sprayed and stuff. So that's a new thing that we just added as well. So next. Our ice arena, unfortunately, our ice arena is in the process of removing the ice for the summer. We don't keep the ice throughout the year. So we're actually closing the ice arena currently, and it'll open back up in about August. But we do have opportunities for skating lessons, public skating. Is anybody familiar where we used to have 2 sheets of ice and now we're down to 1? Everybody know that? So we used to have 2. The second what we used to call the recreation rink is being converted into a marching band facility. So if you're near the ice arena or seen the ice arena, you see the construction, don't worry, the ice arena is not going away. We still have the main rink, but that's where public skating, that's where our club hockey teams play. We have 2 club hockey teams. We have what's called a Division I club and a Division III club that participate in their leagues. And then we have our figure skating club as well. You can do birthday rentals there. There's a small party room. Those are typically during the public skating sessions. So again, it's another opportunity if you're looking to come on over. And then of course you can rent the rink too if you want to, but that's usually for some of the local high schools and some of the local clubs as well. So next, bless you. Intramural sports, this is where Kent State students play against Kent State students. So they'll play in the different leagues throughout the year and participate. Not as much opportunities for you guys on this level, but it is something, again, we offer that's out there. Most of those will play on the different fields or in the different facilities we have, anywhere from flag football, soccer, pickleball, inner tube water polo, and so on and so forth. So next. Another area that we recently added used to be separate under President Warren. She started an area on campus called the Kent State of Wellbeing. And the idea was to kind of have one area that would work with all the different players on campus regarding to all the different areas of well-being. And there's, 8 different dimensions of well-being when you're talking about like financial and spiritual and physical and so on and so forth. And so there's lots of different partners on campus. And so the Kent State of Wellbeing is under us now. And so they offer programs within our area, but we also work with different partners on campus, whether it's counseling and psychological services, whether it's with the care center and things like that. So there's opportunities with some of those areas where you can donate, potentially volunteer. But for our area, we specifically work with, we partner with the Kent State Farmers Market, which is, has anybody been to the Farmers Market downtown as part of Haymakers? Okay. So Haymakers Farmers Market is on Saturdays. It's in downtown Kent. It's outside in the winter. It goes indoor at a nearby facility. We partner with them to bring that farmers market on campus about 5 or 6 times throughout the year as to kind of create that partnership between the university and the community and introduce students to it. And so we do that a few times. We also do blood donation drives. The difference with our blood donation drives, we work through a company called Vitalent. And Vitalent offers scholarships based on if we get for every 50 pints of blood donated, they'll provide a scholarship to a student. And so the more blood donations we can get, then the more scholarships they can offer. So those are, we just actually had one last week. That was the last one for this year. But we'll have, we typically have 2 or 3 each semester. We do mindfulness, which is similar to meditation, but a little kind of like the next level up, if you think about it. So we do some cold room mindfulness training and learning for you how to kind of go through that process. We have peer educators, which are basically kind of our student staff that we work through and train to be able to go out and talk to different people and work with different constituents on their needs and services. We work with the university and the university health department for a smoking cessation program. So Kent State is a smoke-free campus, but if there is somebody who is trying to quit smoking, there's opportunities and things that we can do to help with that. And then we have Wellness Wednesdays, which every Wednesday during the academic year, we have probably a 2-hour little session in the building where you can stop in, and the topics range from week to week on what they might be based on different times of the year and different programs and stuff. So, yep. Next. The other thing we offer is our peak summer camp. So we do have a summer camp for kids ages 6 to 12. We have 8 different weeks that basically start the end of May and will run into early August. You sign up for a week as a kind of a traditional youth summer camp program would be set up. They participate, kind of run around the building and swim and play outside and do arts and crafts, things like that. We have different themes each week. And then also we have before care and after care for parents who need to drop their kids off a little bit early or pick them up a little bit later. So there's opportunities there on the peak summer camp side of stuff. So next. And I think this is probably close to the last slide. So the last I call it other opportunities that we offer. So obviously we do a few different special events throughout the year. We just had a 5K race this past weekend. Did anybody run? No? All right. Me either. Not unless you're chasing me. So, but yeah, we have a couple different 5Ks. We have a few other different special events throughout the year. There's opportunities there to either participate, but we also have sponsorships and advertising as well. So depending on what your company, if you work with a company or know of someone, there's different ways you can sponsor events, you can sponsor programs. There's also advertising throughout the thing. We have about, give or take, 12 to 14,000 visitors in our center each week, and about 400,000 per year that come in and out of our building. And again, we mentioned we're from, infants all the way to, older adults that can come into the building. So depending on the market you're looking at, opportunities there. But we also are going to, as part of our 25th anniversary and homecoming this next fall, on the Friday night of homecoming, which will be September 27th, we're going to have a 25th anniversary gala, kind of a 25th anniversary dinner. So if you're interested, there'll be more information coming out about that. But that's a way of us trying to, again, another way is just to hopefully help raise some more funds for facilities, programs, services, and things that we might be able to expand and offer as we can do. So next, I think it's the last one. Yep. So that's the Dog and Pony Show for today. So we do have our website listed on the bottom. Obviously, all of our activities are listed on there, as well as our social media. So social media, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And then there's my phone number and email if you want to get a hold of me or you have any other additional questions. Typically, I see most of the emails that come in, and then if I need to kind of direct it off to the person that's maybe responsible with all of our different staff. So. Okay. Good now. Now I'm done. Questions? Another gym. Today is gym day at the. That too.
Everybody gotta change your name. So for you, we're gonna call you Jim. So anyway, thank you for that great presentation, and being a student at Kent, I can testify to all the great facilities that are there. Anyway, so on that, our students, do they get in free for the recreation facility?
Yes and no, kind of depending on the scenario. So typically, as long as you're registered for 5 credit hours on the Kent campus, it's part of your student fee, right? The caveats with that is you have to pay a student fee. So faculty, staff, for example, we have a tuition benefit that we can take classes at no cost. So therefore, we're not paying the fee, so we don't get a membership, right? So, but most students, as long as they're on the Kent campus, we've had a little bit of challenge within the last few years, obviously through COVID, where we were talking a little bit earlier about how there's been remote opportunities. So as kids are taking classes online, that online class can throw that off. Hopefully that helps.
Jim, great presentation.
Thank you.
For coming today. Do you have anything that addresses mental illness, either on campus of the students or people off campus?
Not as much off campus. The Kent State of Wellbeing is our area that does a lot with mental illness. And that's where we stay in our lane a little bit, where we'll do meditation, mindfulness, that kind of stuff. But we work with counseling and psychological services, which is the department that's within the Division of Student Life on campus, where they deal with a little bit more in depth with mental health and that kind of stuff. We don't deal with a lot of stuff getting off campus, though.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there are opportunities for spectators to watch varsity sports. What about like the club sports? I mean, I imagine they probably are pretty still high skill level. Yeah, absolutely.
So the challenge is finding out when they play and where they participate. We will post, so on our website has all of our different contacts for our club sports, and the easiest way is they're student organizations. And so they're responsible for kind of doing their marketing. We try to do some marketing for them and kind of try to say, hey, coming out this weekend, you can come out and see, soccer playing here and rugby playing here. But yeah, those are open to the community and people could come out and spectate and watch. Like I said, we're kind of wrapping up most of that stuff right now. There won't really be anything most for the summer. But in the fall, obviously, as you can imagine, there'll be soccer and some of the outdoor stuff. In the winter, we have volleyball and basketball and things like that. So if you're interested, if there's a particular club sport, the hockey teams are the easiest ones to go to, right? So because those games are in the ice arena and they sell tickets and you can go watch and everything. And so that's kind of as close to what I would consider an intercollegiate athletic experience when you go to the hockey teams, whereas the other clubs, they'll have activities and stuff you can attend. And it's just trying to find out when their activities are, whether it's through their social media pages or, contacting us.
Years ago, I did participate in team building and it was really helpful, except I was much younger. And a lot of things that you did required a lot of good physical fitness. I'm currently a member of a kind of contentious group. And it may be valuable, except it's a wide range of ages. So could you give a little more detail about what goes on with team building? Is it just a day? Is it a couple days? Like, how is it put together?
Thank you. Yeah, good question. So really, it's kind of up to you on what the group is looking for, and we will tailor the programming to what your group needs. And if it wants to be a couple hours, if you want it to be over a couple of days, if you have a wide range and you need, here's your demographics of the group and here's what the abilities may be and what they're looking for. So there's lots of different options. We have, I think, 5 or 6 different team building categories that are listed on our website. But you would reach out to Chris Lucas, who is our assistant director who handles that area, and really they would develop that custom program for you. But again, it could be anywhere from just a few low ropes initiatives. There's things where you stand on milk crates and try to build a tower on milk crates. There's a card boat regatta. So there's lots of different opportunities that they can do, and they really try to customize it to your group and to what you're looking for. And obviously pricing varies based on, if you need a couple hours versus a couple days. So hopefully that helps. Uh-oh, now we got a race.
I have a question about your pool, too, actually. The first, does your pool have slides?
No.
Second, do you offer private lessons?
Yes.
Thank you.
So we have private lessons and we have group semi-private lessons, where semi-private lessons are where you could do a couple of people. So it's like a small group, like 3 people in a private lesson versus private on its own.
73-year-old woman with 8-year-old kids ain't gonna work.
Right. Yep. And she wanted the slide, right? Yeah.
They say, Patricia, maybe they have kickboxing. You guys could do kickbox team building. Question about frisbee golf. My son visits and we play in his kid at Hudson Springs Park. But at yours, can you just show up, or at times is it on?
Nope.
You don't need to like.
Nope.
Just show up and play.
Nope. It's open outside. There's no way for us to, control it, gate it, if you will. It's dawn to dusk. You just come out and play. So there's a map right at the front of our center. If you were to walk into our main recreation center and just park out in front, deal with parking or whatever. There's a map. There should be scorecards in the little sliding thing with a little pencil if you needed it. And then, hole 1 starts right there. Just be careful on hole 1, because if you get a little bit of an errant throw to the right, it will end up on the roof, and we have really no way of getting it off the roof. So just be careful on hole number 1. What's that? There's a few. Yeah. There's this weird little, this is where I get the architecture side, but yes, just come on out and play. Yep.
Is Rich Warfield here? He's not. Everybody know, Rich Warfield's son was a professional disc golfer. Yeah. Until Rich said, you got to get to work.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, disc golf is similar to golf, right? Or what I'll call ball golf, right? Where you have 13 clubs in your bag and you have anywhere, your drivers to your irons to your putter and things like that. Disc golf is the same. So there's a driver disc. There's what is a mid discs, and then there's a putter, right? And of course, within those, if you go to the Professional Disc Golf Association or you go to the different companies, there's discs that will do different things. So sort of like this one will kind of hook a little bit to the right or maybe a little bit to the left. There's one they're called rollers, where you can just throw it and it'll literally like roll. And so if you ever see professional discs or people who play a lot of times they'll carry a little bag. And in that bag, they'll have different, basically very similar to carrying your golf bag. they'll go in their little bag and they'll pull out whatever disc, and based on what it is, and you can throw forehand, you can throw backhand. It's pretty much, you know, and so you have to learn because your ball could land by a tree, and you have to, if it's here's the tree and there's the way, I have to kind of like work my way around the tree. So yeah, it's pretty fun. It's like I said, it's a nice way to spend a good couple hours outside. Yeah, well, that's the way a lot of sports are, right? It's just, I can just hit this little ball that's sitting there and I can just hit it straight. And then you're like, oh no. But yeah, it's a little harder. I was amazed when I saw the World Championships at Miami, and how far and what some of the people could do. I think that's similar to where most athletes are when you see somebody who's really, really good at it and you're like, wow. So yeah, but it's fun. So yeah, nothing needed. Just come on out. Any other questions? Oh, one more.
You'll hang out for just 1 minute. I'll put you to work.
Awesome.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I do have, if you want it, I have little handouts for the kayaking trips. I also have pens if you want a pen. Who doesn't want a pen? And then I have stickers for our 25 years. If you want a sticker to put on your phone or your laptop or your friend's back, whatever you want.
So what is, I saw that 25 or 25, obviously you're giving $25, right?
So you have a couple options. You could do one-time donation of $25, or you could do $25 a month for a year.
Okay.
And all that just goes into the fund. And then that fund will be used for various improvements and services that we want to do.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
So,
All right, so we have a road book raffle, pay out
Right.
$10. If you would draw us a number and
okay.
read it out.
Can I draw my own number?
You've got it in
I'm
there.
kidding. I have done that before on accident, which is not very good. All right, so 6, 1, 4, 2, 0, 3. 614-203.
Hey,
Oh, see?
part of the gym club. The gym club. I was telling Ed back there in Scotland, that if somebody meets you and greets you on the street and they've never met you before, they'll say, "Hey, Jim, how you doing?" Like everybody's Jim. There you go,
Right.
$10. Yes, hold on 1 second.
Sure, right?
Down here.
We do have a joke, like when I do admissions events and people will walk up because they're like, what is recreation and wellness services? And they're like, oh, you're the gym, right? And I'm like, yes, I am the gym. My little, that's my dad joke of the day, if you will, that I do with the kids. The kids.
All right, everybody, make sure you swing by and get some freebies, huh?
Absolutely.
Thank you. All right, great job, yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, have a great day. Be great today.